Sometimes our younger ones are the ones who see things clearly, the next generation. One of those people, just a few weeks ago, changing history, was Kennedy Mitchum, a 22-year-old African-American woman who was having arguments online. She was having arguments online with white supremacists, having an argument around the definition of racism. And the argument nearly ended when the white supremacist said, "Here is a definition in Merriam-Webster." And you can see that racism does not include systemic racism. And she looked at the definition, and sure enough, it did not include systemic racism. Well, she didn't just stop with that. She decided to do something. And so she actually wrote an email just a few weeks ago to Merriam-Webster, a detailed account as to why the definition was out of date and needed to change. And Merriam-Webster looked into their sack of definitions, and they replied to her, "You're right. This definition does need to change." And just like Joseph, she acted to change the story. Merriam-Webster is changing their definition. You know, as painful as it can be, seeing what is in our sack can change our stories for the better. But like brothers, it sometimes takes another person to hold us accountable. So here are the takeaways this morning. Sometimes we play the part of Joseph, and we may not be seen. We may be wronged. Our abilities not seen. And I want to acknowledge that. We take that. That's something really important for us to know. But I think it's also important for us to acknowledge that all of us have things in our sacks. We all also play the part of the brothers. Each one of us has something we cannot see, some kind of bias. That's how definitions change. That's how the world changes. Be courageous people. Be courageous, and someday we shall overcome.